Welcome, welcome. Happy day 2 of the 7-day challenge. I hope you guys managed to survive today. Um, Day 2 was all about food. So, food shortages. Some people always want to come up with ways they can get around the tasks. So, I try to do everything with even your own produce in your garden has gone bad because of the weather. Your chickens died. Like all the things that people want to say, well, I have my own fruits, vegetables, whatever. I really wanted to encourage you to cook with your food storage today. That was the goal. So I hope that you at least did some cooking with your food storage. I think a lot of people that get started with emergency preparedness, food storage is sort of their starting point. And because all these natural disasters, they happen, they do, but they're not as common as something like you're just tight or you lose your job or, the little things where you just need food, but you can probably still have electricity and things like that. So I think food is a great place to start, and I wanted to do it early in the challenge when people are still really participating so that we can really practice using our food storage. So really quick, I want to announce the giveaway winner from yesterday. So yesterday was our evacuation day, and we talked a lot about grabbing your documents. And so the giveaway was a Prepare My Life planner. And the winner of the giveaway is Jennifer Llanos. She was all over the Facebook group. If you're not in the group yet, definitely make sure to go join over there. She was all over this. I think she did a lot of thought exercise on here. She was really trying to figure out like what are sentimental things, and she had the best comment. She said, I think I'd spend 3 minutes just scrambling around in a panic before I even started my evacuation process. And that really kind of struck a chord with me. Like having your grab list really keeps you from the mad scrambles. So congratulations, Jen. I'm going to send you a Prepare My Life planner. So this has all the room. I showed this yesterday. You put all your documents in here, all your insurance information, your credit cards, your social security cards, your passports, everything is in there. So you can grab and go, and I love the handle. That's my favorite part. So our giveaway for day 2. So today was cooking with your food. Someone actually in our Facebook group posted the other day a picture of German pancakes and wondered if you could make them with powdered eggs. Now, if you know German pancake recipe, it is like 6 eggs to a cup of flour and a cup of milk, I think. That's basically all that's in it. And I have made them tons of times. My kids love them. They use a lot of butter. So today we could not have butter, milk, or eggs. So I really wanted to see if I could make this recipe, and it actually worked. I'll have to I posted a picture in the group, but I'll post it in the bottom of here too. So I used the scrambled egg mix, and this one it calls for 2 tablespoons for 1 egg. It tasted a little eggy, almost like custard. I thought it was really good, but it maybe was a little strong. And so since you have the ability to do powder, you could experiment with doing a little less. And then I used powdered milk. I used the instant milk just because I have a little can upstairs, and it worked great. So 1 cup of milk is 3 tablespoons of powder, and actually half my recipe, so I did half a cup of milk, but I actually used 2 tablespoons of powder, so it just made like a little bit of a more rich milk, which probably made it taste delicious. But that's the nice thing about powdered milk. You can make it more like a skim consistency or more like a whole milk consistency, or you can even make evaporated milk or sweetened condensed milk out of your powdered milk, so then you don't have to store cans of stuff that's going to go bad in a year. So I used both of those, and then I actually made it with gluten-free flour. And so this was the problem. I think it didn't like poof up like the German pancakes usually do, but it actually cooked and was awesome. It puffed up a tiny bit, but I mean, gluten-free flour doesn't have the gluten in it to really raise it. I didn't add any extra stuff to it to give it leavening power. So I totally think this would work. That recipe would work with regular flour. Awesome, and it tasted amazing. So in honor of my German pancakes today, I'm going to give away a can of each of these to a lucky winner. So if you participated today, if you shared pictures of your food, if you commented on what your meal plan is, it's not too late. You can still do it. I'll announce the winner of that tomorrow. So you can still comment on today's post. You were supposed to do an inventory. You're supposed to do a meal plan for 7 days. So if you did any of those things, or if you take pictures of any of your shelf-stable meals that you made today or even tomorrow, if you didn't get to it today, then you can enter to win. Yummy, yummy. They're awesome. I don't like always use that stuff, especially the eggs. They're more expensive than just getting eggs at the grocery store. But man, if you have an emergency, or if you're out of eggs and you don't want to go to the store, they're so awesome. And I love having it on hand. And I love the pantry can sizes because then I don't have to worry about it going back too fast before I can use up a whole number 10 can. So, just wanted to go real quick over a couple other things with shelf-stable food. You can kind of go multiple ways with pantry foods. You can do more of like your 3-month supply food that is like regular grocery store items, like a lot of pastas and canned goods that have a shorter shelf life. Those are great for like a job loss or kind of a short-term situation where you want to just have, let's see, okay, my comments are showing a little bit lower. So they're great for if you want to have more regular food that you're used to eating. Now, some people have turned to like wheat and beans into their regular diets. That's fabulous. Then your 3-month and your 1-year supply kind of intertwine together. But a lot of people haven't transitioned to that yet. And so that's one thing to consider. Like if you do wheat and beans, that might be a stretch. So maybe you don't have recipes that use a lot of wheat and beans. And I mean, I have buckets and buckets, I think like 50 buckets of wheat in my basement. And now I'm actually gluten-free, so I can't even eat them. But I still do cook for my family regular food. So, but you definitely want to make sure that you know what meals you're going to make with what foods you're storing. So it could be 2 very separate things, like your 3-month and your long-term, or it could be kind of merged. So I hope that makes sense. And then the last thing today, I did do a task to make a dessert. And I kind of cheated and found this because it was my daughter's birthday party today. So we had 10 teenagers running around our house. That's why I look like a little bit exhausted tonight. But we had my favorite hot fudge sundae cake. And I just posted some pictures of this. My picture looked really terrible. I couldn't get it to not look like poop on a plate. So I posted the cute picture of my daughter first. So hopefully you don't just look at the poop on a plate. But it is like a lava cake, and it is so good, and it just uses like pantry staples, lots of sugar, flour, cocoa, and then you're baking like baking powder, salt, and vanilla. And it makes this most delicious, like rich cake with a gooey chocolate sauce that is underneath, and everybody thinks it's amazing. The kids, the teenagers loved it, and she didn't even feel like she got shafted because her birthday fell on the challenge, which being a September birthday, almost every year, some part of the challenge ends up on her birthday, even though I planned it. It just happens that way. It's right in the middle of the month. But I love that. Like, it's a comfort food. It's an awesome comfort food for us because it's a dessert. Like, it was actually the dessert she would have requested anyways. It's one of her favorites. And so it's awesome to have like some dessert recipes and comfort recipes. So if it is like an emergency situation, or even with COVID, I mean, you go to the grocery store and like, especially a year ago, you couldn't even get some of those basics. So I know people were like in my neighborhood, like, does anybody have flour? Like, I can't get any at the store. So if you have that kind of stuff in your storage and there is a food shortage, I think probably more than food shortage, it'll be like a transportation, like a shipping and trucking problem that we end up with. I mean, it's hard. My kids can't eat. Their bus drivers half the time are not there. They have a bus driver shortage. Just everything is crazy these days. So you never know. So definitely, if you can have something to make a yummy dessert on a day when you're eating rice and beans, it's good to have something on hand. Another really good one is rice pudding that you can make with powdered milk, Yeah, I've done that before. It's really good. And then rice, long term. It's kind of a mix of long term and plus some of your baking items. So that is all I wanted to cover today. I would suggest you get some good sleep because tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a doozy. I try to do the harder days on the weekend because I know that's a day when you usually tend to have more time. You're not trying to work at an office. I mean, obviously it depends on your situation, but a lot of times families are around, so you can do it as a family. It's something that we've done for, this is our 13th year of the challenge. So my kids have grown up with this activity and they look forward to it every year. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Get some good sleep and check your email early in the morning. It's not going to be like first thing like we've done it in previous years. It'll be middle morning. Well, it depends where you live. So I will do my best to get it out before too much of the day is gone. But I don't think, I mean, I like having it go out when people are awake and can see it right away and start commenting on it. It feels more exciting instead of having it at midnight and then nobody really sees it right away. So we're trying it this year. Let me know what you think about the new timing for that. Let me know what you think about doing these lives to discuss it. I love the feedback that's going on in the Facebook group, so make sure you go over there. I am linking to that every day in the emails. Make sure you sign up for the emails if you're not getting those, because a lot of times Facebook doesn't like to notify people about stuff. So that's all I got for today. I'm going to check. Let's see, Teresa. Chocolate's always good, no matter what. It is true. Any kind of chocolate. You can do chocolate chips if you want to like vacuum seal them. But having the cocoa powder, like you can totally make delicious. Oh, chocolate pudding is also a good one. You can do pudding with powdered milk too. So thank you for being here live. I know this is a weird late time, but it's the time when my kids are in bed and I can get myself organized to take the video. So I'm going to try to do a little earlier. If that'll get more people, but you can always watch the replays. So you guys have a great night. Get some good rest, and we will catch you tomorrow morning with the next challenge adventure. Make sure you leave your comments or posts on Instagram, hashtag or tag me so that you can be entered to win the goodies. Scrambled egg mix and powdered milk instant milk. Goodies for tomorrow. Yay!